My woman a five, just look at my boo. I know I'm mighty.
It's Madden NFL 24 on EA Sports, where we'll see teams who have been division rivals since 1961. It's the Dallas Cowboys and the Minnesota Vikings, and it comes your way next.
U.S. Bank Stadium holds just under 70,000 spectators, and they've come out in full force for this one. A fantastic atmosphere here in Minneapolis. Today we've got a solid matchup in store in the NFC, as it'll be the Dallas Cowboys taking on the Minnesota Vikings. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
The kicker, Brandon Aubrey, is out to get this one started. And we are underway from downtown Minneapolis. Kenny Nwagu now out of his end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And a look at a guy, definitely got a little razzle-dazzle to him. Can do it with his arm or his legs. Their mobile QB.
If you ask coaches at any level to design their ideal leader of a team, I think they're going to check every box with this guy. He's got the poise to handle responsibility. He stays calm under any kind of pressure, and he brings out the best of his teammates each and every week.
Breaks through the contact, and they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down. Thought they were going to have him down a lot earlier, but he was able to shed that tackle.
Shows the value of the weight room, doesn't it? Shows the value of the attitude when you run the football. Don't go down easily. Break a few tackles, gain some additional yardage.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Boy, a pair of big plays here. This one going for 29. They've done a pretty good job containing him up until this drive, and until that run, there was no containing him at all.
Yeah, you're right about that. He finally popped free. But we didn't have to be in their practice sessions. We didn't have to be in their meeting rooms. They planned for a run like that to happen, maybe a couple of them. But what did they tell their guys all week? You know what they said. Move on to the next play. That one just happened. Let it go.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 10 more there and another first down. Pretty solid opening drive here, Charles. They've worked in the run game, the pass game, just steadily getting yards, and now they've got it inside the red zone here with an opportunity.
And the only thing they don't have so far is points. But the way that they're moving the ball now, that's
touchdown! Jordan Addison, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Vikings get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Walking into the stadium, we saw a ton of people donning the jerseys of this rookie quarterback, so you know they love that opening drive, and he throws a touchdown pass.
You get a little bit of confirmation about what they had hoped, right? Because they thought they had a quarterback. They're thinking they have a quarterback. You do this, they believe they've got a quarterback. Look up, elbowing each other up in the stands. That's our guy.
Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. He's got it, and the Vikings take a 7-0 lead. The drive summary, 4 plays, 75 yards. And Jordan Addison capped it off with a touchdown catch. Is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Kevontae Turpin now to return. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. First look at the Cowboys offense as Dak Prescott gets ready to guide them.
And how about the toughness of Dak Prescott? We see it all the time on the field. And remember when he had that serious ankle injury, would he return to form? Boy, did he ever. And he was better than ever, and that's great for the NFL. Terrific resilience, playing at a high level, capable of winning a championship with his arm and his legs.
So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. His throw incomplete.
Anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time they were up to the challenge.
Now a 2nd and 10. They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. Short pass taken in by Schoonmaker. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
And that is not what you expect from a receiver of his caliber. Sometimes you get a little ahead of yourself, you don't look it in, and all of a sudden it's on the ground. A surprise to all.
On the return is Powell. It'll be a 10-yard return following a punt of 45, and it will be Vikings ball 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. McCarthy. That's down the field for Jefferson. Touchdown, Vikings! Justin Jefferson, 64 yards. And the Vikings are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Boy, just zero hesitation from the rookie passer there, partner. He is coming out firing in this opening quarter.
And all the talk leading into this game was that pass rush, talking about challenging this guy, getting into his grill, getting into his space. And how about him? Might be his first year in the NFL, but I don't see any fear in him at all. How about that big-time throw right out of the gate?
Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make the score 14-0. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. They start on the ground with Elliott. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. Looking to throw. Prescott. Pass complete to Jalen Tolbert.
They sure put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. On 3rd and 1, here's Prescott. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Cowboys 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Elliott running right. To the 43, 2nd down.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Lamb will go in motion. And they're going to give it to him on the jet sweep. Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on third down. Prescott. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big one there on third down. They hit for 30 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Prescott to throw it. He finds his man, complete. That's Ferguson. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they've got it with a 2nd and 13 forthcoming. Here's Prescott. He's got it complete to Tolbert. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 15-yard line. From the red zone now, Prescott. And that one going to be off target and incomplete.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. On 2nd down, Elliott. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave him 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
And he's got to be frustrated. Bottled up for the 3rd straight play. So on 4th down, Prescott off, and on is Aubrey for the Cowboy field goal. And his kick is good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So not exactly the response they were hoping for, but they'll take the 3 to at least get them on the score sheet.
Yeah, now is not the time to panic. All is well. Somewhat calm. Only down 14-0. So continue to play your game, take the points when they're there, and put the emphasis on your defense to go out and get you the football back. And
he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. 1 play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
We gonna do what we do.
Well, Charles, sometimes officials sometimes go to protect star quarterbacks, but that was tough to argue against.
Yeah, and I'm sure that everyone's going to say, hey, we're going to administer the penalty the same way for all quarterbacks. But when it's a star back there, even more so, they're going to be diligent about throwing the flag.
And they've got it right across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. McCarthy. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hawkinson. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
And that is, I think he caught it. He did, but they'll say out of bounds. It'll be incomplete. Kevin O'Connell clearly unhappy with that call, and he's thrown that red challenge flag out on the field. And we'll get a moment here as they look this one over.
Yeah, remember now, the call on the field is what they'll stick with unless they have clear video evidence to the contrary. And I give these officials a lot of credit. Such a tough and demanding job. You and I both know that. Yeah, they make the right call way more often than they get it wrong.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stays.
So not successful there on the challenge, and he'll have to be careful from here on out because he'll only have one challenge remaining. Completes this to Addison out left. And the Vikings are going to have first and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 2. Off play action. McCarthy. They'll roll him out right. He throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front.
Touchdown! Robert Tonyan from 6 yards away as his guys have a... Very comfortable lead. Extra point forthcoming. And it's 21-3. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it was Robert Tonyan capping it all off on the touchdown grab. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Dallas offense set for this next drive. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On to punt now, Anger as he boots this one away. Here's Powell on the return. It's a 39-yard punt, 8 on the return, and the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Here's Aaron Jones in the offense trotting back out, and he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had. Right. Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. Maybe a little over-anxious in the pocket there. He just didn't look comfortable on that throw.
No, he didn't, because it wasn't his normal fluid delivery. And I think you might have had it right. Wasn't really confident with what he saw downfield and almost felt like he wanted to pull that one back.
Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. They'll look to throw again. Open here, Adam Thielen. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. Here's a 2nd and 3 now from the 33.
It's a gain of 7.
Back to throw again. This one caught. It's the tight end Hockenson. Touchdown, Vikings. T.J. Hockenson as the first half is winding down. And the Vikings continue to pull away here in this first half.
So whatever happened to rookie quarterbacks taking time to adjust to life in the NFL? Because this guy looks like he's been doing it for about, 7 years? 4 touchdown passes? That's not something rookies are supposed to be doing with the ease in which he's doing it.
Now for the point after. And they open the lead up now to 25 points. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it was T.J. Hockenson who finished the drive with a touchdown reception. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Pushing his way through. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
And that's the knowledge you gain from being in this league for a long time. He's learned the hard way when to give up and fight another down. And that's a smart move to throw it away.
On second down, Prescott again. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
Final play of the half, Prescott. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. So we've reached halftime here in Minnesota with the Vikings on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome, everyone, to our brand new studios here in downtown Orlando in the EA Sports Halftime Report. Final adjustments being made for the second half. Whether they'll amount to much in a game that's already pretty well decided, well, that's another question. Nevertheless, let's get you back out to Brandon and Trailers.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. It's the Cowboys who get the football first, and they trail here as well as we resume action in the third quarter. On the return, this is Turpin. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Cowboy offense set to go to begin this third quarter. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late. That wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. Now Prescott. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
At this point in the game and the situation they're in, partner, these incompletions that we're seeing, they need to turn into positive snaps, and soon.
Inside give to Elliott. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. 41 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Here's Prescott. A short one there, taken in by Ferguson. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it'll be second down.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately, because if you let that big guy get ahead of steam up, boy, then you've got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on first down. Meanwhile, Dak's throw taken in there by Cooks. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
47. 26.
They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he will have the first down, but he winds up paying for it pretty good. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. A first down throw for Prescott. And this is going to be intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And the Vikings are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7.
They were well aware of the scoreboard as they went into halftime, and they know how tough it's been to put up any kind of points. But if there's a positive after that play, is that they were able to take a shot at the end zone on their opening drive of this half. The negative, though, that shot at 6 ended in an interception, and we know that's not going to jumpstart this struggling offense.
Justin Jefferson and the rest of this offense, they've got their helmets back on, and they're ready for this next series. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it?
Right.
Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Second down, another shot for Jones. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that. And the Cowboys here on 3rd down, bringing in an extra defensive back. Back to throw. McCarthy. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Nice chunky yards on first down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on second. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
7 yards there and a first down.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
Yeah, that's good for a gain of 6, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Well, they've certainly spread the ball around so far, but they're definitely getting everyone involved now when you're throwing it to the fullback. Just shows how versatile this offense is and how everyone is a threat.
To throw on 2nd down, McCarthy. Throw left side, taken in by Jefferson. They just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there. Throwing on first down, McCarthy. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis.
Let's go.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Up the middle, Jones. And a good burst there gets him 7 up to midfield.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And he is going to pick up the Vikings first down as they wind up getting 4 there on 4th and 1. Once more, it's the fullback Ham. Saw the linebacker Damone Clark coming through with a stop.
Good solid gain on first down, about what you'd expect from the big guy carrying the ball.
From the 41, here's second down and 7. The slot man in motion right. And now a fake on the jet sweep, and a give to Jones. And he's got this pretty close to a first down at the Cowboys' 36. The Vikings on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25. 93 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Flushed out right. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. The wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. An inside give to Jones. What a great effort there. He's going to get this inside the 15, and they'll spot it at the 13-yard line. Nice run. 12 yards there. First down, Vikings. Again, it's Jones. He'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And it's out. He put it on the carpet. And now this ball picked up by the offense. But here in the final 2 minutes of the game, this will be blown dead. Only the fumbler can advance the football, so this will go back to the spot of the fumble itself. They're going to run the jet sweep on 3rd down. And they'll bring him down 1 yard shy after a pickup of 4.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. And again, they'll go right back to their fullback. And they are going to stop him on 4th and 1 as they'll wind up going backwards. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And this long drive is going to wind up yielding nothing. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they've forced in this runaway contest.
That is caught. He's going to have the first down and then some. Inside the 10. And did he get in? No. Down at the 1 yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And what a letdown after a huge play. He's going to pull this in and then set sail for the end zone. And he nearly made it, too. But he's going to be tracked down just short of the goal line. So a big play there that's going to set him up with 1st and goal at the 1 yard line.
And again, it's Prescott. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Dak Prescott punching it in from a yard away. And the Cowboys are finally into the end zone here in this fourth quarter. Now the extra point up and good by Aubrey. And the lead is down to 28-10. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. Taking it about the 1. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. Nwangu. And they're going to finish this one off strong. It's a return touchdown to add on to their lead in the final stages. Such an electric play, so much fun to watch, and you need all 11 guys in sync for that to be successful, don't you?
Without a doubt. That's teamwork, to be able to put it all together. But that play is really probably the most exciting 10 seconds in football.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. And what a job there by all 11 on the kick return. The blocking excellent, the return excellent. The result, 6 points. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. On the return, this is Turpin. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner,
it's caught inside the 25. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. This will be caught inside the 10. Even with that broken tackle, he'll be brought down short of the 15. The Cowboys signal for their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this. Unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Prescott yet again. Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
I'll tell you what, partner, after the ice is down, he's going to be a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. Desperation time. Prescott on 4th. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Jalen Tolbert, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Cowboys' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Aubrey good with a PAT. And that'll cut the lead down to 18. 5 plays there on that drive. And it was finished off by a Jalen Tolbert touchdown grab. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Just all around a solid performance, and now they've got the 3-score lead here, Charles, so the final seconds of the fourth quarter.
Yeah, in this one, they've been in control, haven't they? They've earned this victory. No question who the better team was out there in this game. And frankly, the score could have been a lot worse than it was. Give them a lot of credit for how they played in this one.
So it's a win for the Vikings, and it was their quarterback who led the way, Charles. Pretty impressive play for a rookie.
Yeah, if this was a hockey game, he'd be the #1 star of the night without a doubt. He finished with 4 touchdown passes and just seemed to get stronger and stronger as the night went on.
So that's a wrap. For Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. It's a win for the Vikings as we say so long from Minneapolis.